And bada bing, bada boom, baby. Hello, Wasteland.
I can tell we just finished watching T.I. You're like some unholy mix of Suns fan and Cap.
Thank you. It is your host, as
That
always.
is not a compliment.
Oh, it's absolutely a compliment. Sneaky Devil and Max Force and Atin are joining me today, and we got some great fanfics for you on Fanfiction Contempt Theater 9002. Because you know what? We always do. They are always 10 out of 10 flawless stories. They are just by far the most amazing goddamn things you could ever witness. Well, at least part of that statement's correct. But we are not here to debate semantics about the quality of fan fiction, because we
Yes,
all
we
know.
are. That's like half the point of this fucking show.
That is very often, that is a key point in a number of your rants, in fact, is the semantics.
You certainly can, Potato. You certainly can. But, regardless of that, I got some wonderful stories lined up for us today. Some fantastic stories that'll make you sit down and go, wow, that's really funny. Trust me. Let me just cue up a story while Potato searches his anus to pull out his favorite fanfiction to send to us.
Can't believe Potato is single-handedly funding this channel at this point.
Let's see. What was that, Max?
Can't believe Potato is single-handedly funding this channel at the moment.
Yes, he is single-handedly funding this channel at the moment. It is truly.
I will say this, though. I am glad that this specific segment that was the brainchild of you and Atin has entertained someone enough that they're willing to give, like, $10 a month.
Like, honestly, that was our goal. Like, we've made it.
$10 a month?
No, like, someone is entertained enough to give us money.
Yes, it is truly. Oh no.
Boy, that changed real quick.
Oh, there's so many red flags.
Really?
Oh.
Okay.
Is
listen,
it
enough red flags that we may as well be wearing red tinted glasses?
We might as well put our red shirts on, boys, because this one's gonna be a doozy.
Oh dear.
Alright, well, as always, the link to the fanfiction is in the Discord, and if you want to follow along, you can click it or read it for yourself in your free time. Not that I recommend either of those things, but it is certainly a possibility open up to you. Now, would be remiss if I did not mention you are not supposed to contact any of the fanfiction authors in this podcast, because that is against the Twitch terms of service, as they consider that harassment. So, there is my disclaimer telling you not to do that. With that being said, though, let us get right on into it. I just looked for the weirdest crossover title. Well, we found some. Lord of the Rings, not a crossover. Naruto, a new Dark Lord.
Jesus fuck.
I promise you could have found way weirder than
this.
You
could have found one. Honestly, I still get a kick to this day, Max, out of the rainbow-eyed OC fic.
It's a shame that was apparently deleted by the author.
Oh my god, I'm so sad that it was deleted.
I'm just disappointed there's not more Gundam fanfiction, and I'm happy that there's not a lot of Three Houses fanfiction.
I feel like once a year, Sneaky, I just try and find it.
Yeah. Also, Max, as always, do you remember the one fanfic that absolutely killed us? the Hinata seduction.
That was so dumb.
I love how you know it.
The what?
We never even read it. We just kept trying to read the summary, and eventually
we couldn't even get through the summary of this fanfic.
I can probably still find it.
Oh god! If you find it, I'll read the summary. I'll do my yearly challenge of trying to read that summary without laughing.
I wish I knew what this magical thing was.
Oh god. Anyway, he was born to be hated. Sorry, I need my tube voice for this one.
Thank you, I found it.
Oh god. Fucking Christ already.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh god. Wait. It updated as soon as June 2017, apparently.
Sweet god, that's still going on?
What?
Jesus Christ. Okay,
Let's see there. 12 chapters. First
Max,
published August
can you just...
2015.
you don't need to link it to Sneaky, because that'll happen during his yearly reading, but can you link it to me? I need to...
No, Atin, you're now part of the challenge. Don't read any of it. Don't even click on the link yet until we get to the end of this chapter, because I want you to take part in this challenge.
Is this like the fucking cinnamon challenge?
It's yes, it's the Tide Pod challenge.
Hang on a second. It should be noted that this challenge seems particularly effective for people who are at least familiar with Naruto characters.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
So he might be familiar.
He might break the curse.
Okay,
So
hold on a minute.
I'll just hold on to this link.
It's not like I don't know anything. Like,
no,
where?
Yeah, you'll see.
We'll just post this to
He
you.
was born to be hated. He lived trying to find acceptance, and he died.
I'm sorry, Max. I can't hear you over the sound of autistic Bane.
Sneaky, I'm pinning this, by the way.
The sound of autistic Bane. Oh, good. Thanks, Max.
I'm glad I can still...
autism, Batman.
You shut the fuck up. Oh, Jesus Christ. Max, just the title of... Just the title. Just the URL.
Yeah.
Why am I hearing small children?
Yeah.
Orpheus, punt your fucking brothers and sisters.
Oh my god.
I hear
I'm here.
To start, like...
He came!
Oh, well, he's not here anymore.
Rest in peace. Yeeted.
You
He was
just
yeeted
him
to the
in the
next.
general.
I'm not even mad. You know what? I'm not even mad. That's fair.
It was
Not
temporary,
even mad,
just
ladies
as
and
a
gentlemen.
this can happen still.
Mm-hmm.
Listen,
He's not even
no
mad.
one. We'll make this abundantly clear to all guest hosts. We'll fuck with nose hair. We'll fuck with you.
They already fucked.
Nose hair is ostensibly our friend.
Oh.
Granted,
We
also
lived
Sneaky's
with the
ostensibly
guy.
our friend. I'm just saying, our model of friendship is strange and uncommon to most people.
Don't worry if you don't understand
it. Man. Basically, so...
He came back as something greater, stronger, darker. He will show the world his strength, and he will not show mercy. Naruto, Lotor crossover, up for adoption.
Oh, boy.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Main characters, Sauron and Naruto.
I'm sorry, you what?
You don't say. I never
I'm
would
sorry,
have
you what?
I, with my limited knowledge of Lord of the Rings, would never have guessed.
I'm sorry, you fucking what?
Why?
You fucking what?
What is Naruto going to do with Sauron? Also, side note,
I
I despise the stories that just start out with like Sauron being like, "Oh, I was a bad person and I'm sorry." The only time I've seen something like that where I didn't hate it.
I guess you could call him Sarion.
Can we please?
Can we eat him?
Oh,
It's
wait,
his stream.
yes,
Can we
I
eat
can.
him? And no one was surprised that it fucking escalated.
I have escalated the situation.
It hasn't escalated yet.
It will
No one's-
stop
I am sorry.
right now.
I didn't know I could do that. Now I know.
Oh,
and
oh,
I will
oh,
never
boy.
do it again.
Are you guys ready for the author to butcher the fucking Lodor quote?
Yeah, sure,
Oh
why
boy,
not?
here we go.
Hit
Start
me,
it.
I don't care.
3 rings for the elven kings under the sky. 7 for the dwarf lords in their halls of stone. 9 for the mortal men doomed to die. 1 for the Dark Lord on his dark throne. In the land of Mordor where the shadows lie, 1 ring to rule them all, 1 ring to find them, 1 ring to bring them all, and in darkness bind them. In the land of Mordor where the Dark Lord was defeated and his ambitions doomed to die, his life fell short before his time. A boy of 12, forgotten and betrayed, murdered by his friend and left to die. A power of another world came from the sky.
Jesus fucking Christ, author, can you not even keep the rhythm?
What's a rhythm?
A new purpose he shall have, and from his rage his powers will grow. His name shall be feared, and his name the world will forever know.
Memes are for I don't even know what I was about to say. But you know what? This author's stupid. That's what I'm trying to say. My
Yeah.
brain just didn't work for me.
We understand.
Like,
So we'll
holy
keep
shit,
it
like,
simple.
even I can tell the pattern. Even if I'm not able to match it, I can still tell the pattern and the rhythm of the poem. And the author's just like, hey, what if I just fucking shit the bed?
I mean, they did that pretty effectively.
You could cut glass with this edge? Damn straight you could.
Could? You mean
Do-
have?
Do I have to read this entire story in autistic vein? Because holy shit, author.
Apparently you do.
A hand wreathed in lightning, red eyes bleeding in hatred. A person whom I considered a friend. His hand where my heart was. A bond broken, a life lost. That is what I remember.
Oh boy, that's a lot of edge, my dudes.
Oh boy, that's a lot to edge there.
Hey, someone should start investing in the ruler stores because Jesus Christ, they sold out on the edge.
Oh, so clever.
What?
Full disclosure, I never read this story before.
The weave.
Okay.
One could easily see that my life was not an easy one. From the moment I was born, all I knew was sorrow and despair. Arthur, are you really doing a freeze frame? Yeah, I bet you're wondering how I got into this situation moment thing. Really?
Life is suffering.
From the
It is
moment I
indeed.
was born, all I knew was sorrow and despair. The day of my birth was the day my parents died. That doesn't make me unique, son. Like, even in this modern day and age with our advanced, technology, we still have parents dying.
No, here's the problem with that. That opening accounts for a parent dying. A
True.
parent.
Yeah. Fair enough. Why is the author explaining who Naruto is to a Naruto audience? Well, you see, fanfiction authors have an odd habit of explaining a fandom to the fandom.
What we're trying to say is
I'm not sure why, but they do. It's like you're writing a Harry Potter story and you're explaining the plot of
Yeah.
Harry Potter to someone. It's like, well, yeah, if they're reading a Harry Potter story, I fairly
They
certainly know
generally
Harry
get the
Potter.
idea.
Oh, hey, Atin, I think Tension just dropped something in the chat for you.
Oh, Jesus fucking.
Oh, of course it's Gundam Seed.
Oh.
Wouldn't it be Gundam
Oh,
Oh.
good, it's Naruto Gundam.
Anyways,
See, I was really hoping for Kyubi from was it Nanoha? No,
Kyubey
yeah,
from
Kyubi.
Madoka.
Yeah.
And so we thought maybe something nice will happen. Why
Look,
the fuck
man,
would
all I'm
anything nice
saying is
happen?
Magical Girl Gundam, John.
Please delete this immediately.
Yeah, see, the closest thing we have to that currently is later versions of Nanoha and Symphogear. One day
Yes.
we'll get full-on Gundam Magical Girl stuff.
Anyway, fuck you all. I hope you die. Thank you, Arn. I appreciate your heartfelt words.
There's Arn's well-known charm.
We love
Remember
you
to
too,
subscribe.
Arn. What is this? Oh, it's about. Listen. You picked. This story has the worst Gundam. It has Seed. No, I'm sorry. Second
No, you are correct.
worst Gundam.
He is the worst Gundam.
No, you haven't suffered through the abomination that is Max?
We're calling Gisa and G.
You
I
know what?
remember
You know what?
specifically
You know what
asking
we're not
to
gonna
suffer.
do right now? Talk about Gundam. That's what we're not
No.
doing.
Okay.
That's fine.
Back to the fan fiction here, though. I can tell you part of the reason that you'll get authors that explain the fandom, it
Yeah.
mostly happens in crossovers.
Well, no shit.
But like my infamous Halo crossover, I didn't explain Halo at all, aside from
Well,
okay, this your own reach.
One
And
would think you
timelines
wouldn't
were
need to
slightly
explain Halo.
but because I was using Infamous, which is nowhere near as big as Halo,
Yeah.
I had an entire chapter dedicated to Noble 6, making a briefing of
I
the
want a
first
magical girl
two
anime
Infamous games.
and all of the magical girl anime generic tropes, except the main characters are middle-aged men.
I bet that exists for
I
you.
think that's already a thing.
I'm fairly certain.
I'm
that's a thing.
sure it's a creepy thing.
I'm like 90% sure that's a thing.
Yeah. Anyway. My father kicks home, my mother kicks home. That same day, I was given a burden no child should have to carry, one that would condemn me to a life of hate and loneliness, to see nothing but the darkness all mankind have in their hearts. For you see, my childhood was full of sadness. What's a... Hold on, is this phone... Uh-huh. Wait, literally everyone else in the elemental kingdom just called.
Where's that edge banner that we used to have?
Oh, actually, you say used to. Here we go. Edge banner up.
Thank you.
Oh, Jesus fucking.
Excellent. We've started it off on a good note. And by good note, I mean please kill me fucking now.
I'm still gonna kick it out of that. If you find the following story good or not edgy, seek doctor.
Please seek medical help.
My
Please
childhood.
yeet yourself from this plane of existence.
My childhood was full of sadness. Although no one would dare harm me, the people of my village did all they could to torment me. For you see,
Okay, you know what? At least we've got one Naruto
Yeah.
story where the villagers may be dicks, but they're not secretly homicidal maniacs.
the entire village isn't secretly planning to hunt Naruto down every year. Yeah.
Every year, come on, we've seen every night.
True enough.
Alright, boys, it's a Naruto hunt. Yeet. Nah, and that's the end of that joke.
Let's see. I was ignored, scorned, spat on, and hated. My parents hid their children away from me. Teachers ignored me. No one cared about me, yet they all expected the same of me. Wait. No one cared about me, yet they all expected the same of me. Loyalty. What?
What?
Quack.
I do not understand,
No
senor.
one cared about me, and they expected the same from me. Loyalty. What part of anything you just said has anything to do with loyalty?
How am I supposed to? I don't know. They have a real fucked up concept of loyalty? Ugh. I got nothing for you.
I was a Jinjuriki.
Shit out of fucks.
I was the power of the human sacrifice, a living weapon to be used by the village whenever they saw fit. To them, I was never a person, just a reminder of those they had lost and a weapon in times of war. Now, see, again, Kubo actually had the right idea about this. I mean, admittedly, people were still prejudiced against them a little bit, but don't treat your living nuclear bombs like shit.
Is bad idea.
Generally treating someone that can yeet your entire city if they're angry enough, like shit, day in and day out, and just generally making them feel unloved and unwelcome,
yeet them out of existence if they.
is not a good plan.
I'm not sure if I hate or love that sentence you just said.
Well, you'll just have to sit on it then and suffer. What could
I
anyone
suffer every
expect a
single time.
child to do in such a life? I was ignored, so I looked for attention. I was hated, so I relished in any kind of affection. I was alone, so I sought after any form of company, even animals.
I see.
I can't tell if the author is saying Naruto wants to hug a dog or fuck a dog. And
Yes.
that is where we are at this point.
Yes. The answer
That
yes.
is the point we have reached in the fandom community, where I genuinely cannot tell the author's intentions towards animals.
That's not a good thing.
No, it's not. All the sorrow, the loneliness, the hate, the anger I felt was pushed deep down. It was the only
Let
way
it
I could
flow
remain
through you.
sane in this such face of
Let the
torment.
hate flow
I
through
attended
you.
the Shinobi Academy so I could one day earn people's respect as a warrior, even though I would have been forced to either way.
Wait, what?
What?
I'm
They're being
attending the
forced to be-
academy so I can get respect, but I'm still also being forced to attend the academy. Well, then you
Extremely
didn't
large
attend the
question
academy
marks.
willingly.
Like, what?
If your
I-
options are attend the academy or attend the academy, then you can't say you willingly attended the academy.
Shit, man, that's like a kid from the Death Corps of Krieg saying he volunteered for the army.
Not inaccurate. Not inaccurate.
or even better, Atin. It's like the penal legions being given the option to charge forward.
Well, no, they do have an option. They can either charge
Sneaky,
forward or die.
Sneaky, you may charge the orc lines, or you may discuss your decision with the Adeptus Astartes.
Yeah.
You act like the Adeptus Astartes would have time to deal with a penal legion.
Hey, look, they could be Sons of Dorn. They could be willing to have a conversation. You don't know.
What's their conversation like? Yes. No.
Do I have to charge that line? No.
Charges
Will I
up heavy
be allowed
flamer.
to live if I don't? No.
No.
Is there
Sure,
a way
the-
for me to not die?
For the
Yes.
Emperor!
Yes. How do I not die? Kill. So I have to kill
Anyway.
the orcs to not die.
And we've run this joke so far into the ground.
Yeah,
it's almost
you've
as dead as
gone
Shark.
so far beyond funny, you are now unfunny to the extreme. Congratulations, you've spent all of your funny rations for the day on a single joke.
What the fuck is going on?
What are you talking about?
My dogs are just like barking at some fucking
Shoot them.
raccoon outside. No.
I declared I would one day become Hokage, so everyone would have to respect me. Ignorance is bliss.
I mean,
What?
it's at least, it's the same motivation, slightly rehashed,
Yep.
very minutely.
Yep. When I became a Genin, things got better. Few people scoring me, and I got to see the world. I traveled the continent. I did a bunch of filler missions. Blah 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 blah. Nothing changed. Everything was still the same. Yeah, it's because they were filler missions, Naruto. Don't you know nothing ever changes after a filler mission? My teammates stayed behind. I kept going. I found him. We talked. We fought. I also forgot what punctuation was. And at the end of it, the person who I saw as a brother stabbed me through the heart with his lightning blade. Yeah, that's because he wasn't your brother and you were retarded. I was killed by my best friend. He was not your best friend. I died nothing more than a pariah. That is factual. I died alone, unloved and unwanted. Unfactual. That is the opposite of true.
Distinctly non-factual.
But that was not the
Very
end.
non-factual.
For you see, in the world of Shinobi, death is a part of a day's work, yet few know what happens when we pass on from this world. For me, it was a daunting experience. I felt myself travel a
I
great
will say
way.
this, I do like the fact that they're like, that he's acknowledging, there's like 3 or 4 people who are pretty sure they know what happens.
Well.
I was gonna say, and if your name is Orochimaru, the answer is get a new body.
Then, as if waking from slumber, I felt myself return to the place I lost my life. Many believe that with death your soul ascends to a greater realm, another world beyond the physical. For me, I never left, for even as my body died, my spirit lingered on. I saw my beaten, bloody carcass there, laying, rotting in the water. Then it happened. By unnatural and otherworldly power, I experienced something beyond this world. Ah, then I saw it. The darkness took me. Was he turning into a Heartless?
Yes.
And I stayed out of thought and time. I wandered far upon roads that I cannot tell, and I saw a life that was not my own. I saw a dark lord. I saw a great eye wreathed in flame. I felt the power of the shadows. I learned great knowledge of the world's substances. I learned of magic and sorcery. I saw great armies rise and fall, an island sink beneath the sea, and a ring of immense power destroyed in a fiery mountain. I saw the life of Marion and Notter and Sauron the Deceiver, and I felt all of his knowledge turn into me. Then I felt something familiar pass through my
Okay,
mind.
if he's getting all of Sauron's knowledge, I got news for you. I don't care how happy-go-lucky Naruto, and this Naruto isn't happy-go-lucky.
Nope.
That's quite
He's
that's
the
quite
opposite.
clear.
Yep.
But I don't care how happy-go-lucky your incarnation.
He
Naruto
gets to
has
see
basically
Melchior.
become a Dark Lord now.
He A gets to see Melchior, B he gets to see all the bullshit Melchior does constantly. So yeah, he's fucking dead, my dudes.
Well, not just that. Like all of Sauron's knowledge, he's going to realize all the stuff that the creator god Ea, right? It was Ea,
It was yeah.
did. Which the answer is some shit.
That is indeed the correct answer.
That
He
is,
did
yes.
indeed do some really
Hey,
weird
these are the
shit.
dwarves. You made them because you were happy? I'm gonna fucking kill them. No, please don't kill them. Oh god, please no. Fine, I won't kill them. I'll just make them sleep for fucking 2,000 years.
Oh shit.
Because I'm a dick.
Well, I got to the bottom of a bottle and I still don't see any answers.
You have to keep looking, Carter.
Oh, okay.
The answer is clearly in the next bottle.
Ah, good thing I have another one. Let me go get it.
Why do you have another bottle? Actually, scratch that. I don't want to know why.
Alright, let's see. This one is Caribbean Rum Cask Finish. Should be good.
How fascinating.
Sneaky special sauce.
Please do not show me the special sauce. I don't want any lamb sauce with my dinner.
It's a
Your
secret
sauce is unholy.
I said lamb sauce. What's wrong with lamb sauce?
Well, you're using it on a lamb. Lambs are delicious and should not. Lambs are the opposite of delicious. You shouldn't eat them.
Excuse you. Lamb is delicious, sir. Anyway, so yeah, he sees all of Naruto's life and he's like, lol, Naruto's life sucks. And then I felt all the hatred of Naruto and I realized I hate life. And I saw all these things and I was just really big brained. And I became even bigger brained. And then I merged together and
That doesn't make sense.
let's see, blah, blah, blah. Naruto became super brained. He learned literally everything about everything. And he learned all the magics. And he's a master of chemistry now.
That also doesn't make sense.
And let's see, he became a bigger brain. Like his brain's so big, he can now sit on it as a chair, sipping. from his brain martini.
Ugh.
That's disgusting.
I'm sure that exists at some kind of shitty LA club, by the way.
Please never speak these words again.
Where is the lamb sauce?
Where's the
subtle
lamb?
noises. As a spirit, I could pass through doors. I'm in Konoha still. I'm missing home. Mega brain time. I felt unimaginable rage for the destruction of Konoha.
Konoha.
Sauron gave me all of the experience and knowledge to carry out my ambition to turn Konoha into a blast crater.
Oh, okay, good. So we do have an evil Naruto. I mean, that's not good,
I don't
but...
care that I'm evil now. I don't care that Sauron changed me. I just want to destroy the Leaf Village now.
Crawling
Bolts of lightning appeared in the heavens and spun around the village. And lightning rained down on people. And everyone was shocked and surprised. And
That's
on
pretty
this
rude,
day, Spirit Naruto Sauron realized that he was strength. And that he was so galaxy-brained he could affect the weather. And he will
That's pretty
force
rude.
everyone to remember him, and they will all mourn the day he died because their new Dark Lord is here.
Okay.
That's
All
pretty
right.
rude, fam.
And now a reminder that that was brought to you by Super Potato. Everyone can thank Super Potato for that amazing story.
Can I kill him?
You can.
This is allowed.
All right. So this is Seductress. I'm already smiling.
Stop
All right, so
smiling.
I
Just
have
do it.
explicitly looked at none of it.
Mhm.
I'm gonna take over here,
All right.
if that's all right with you,
Go
Sneaky.
for it.
You're gonna read the summary first.
That's the goal here. I've read nothing. I've opened this for the first time.
Yep.
Okay, just looking at the author picture,
No, that's the story picture.
the story
not the
picture. I'm
author
sorry. What the
picture.
damn hell?
Yeah. Just read the summary
What in the goddamn?
out loud for the audience.
Hinata Hyuga was once a shy, timid girl, but that changed when she took seduction classes. Now she must use what she has learned in the field. Can she have a successful mission and gather information, even when the mysterious and handsome Sasuke Uchiha comes into the picture? Sexy, badass Hinata and the same Sasuke, which is still sexy and badass.
He did it! I
He
can
knew-
hear it at
I
the end,
heard
though.
I heard him
I can
almost
hear it.
crack.
He cracked at the end.
Where's
It-
my news?
No, it nearly got me. Nearly
Where's
got
my
me.
It
news?
almost did, but you resisted.
Where's that fucking noose I have?
Not close enough.
Oh god! And, like, we're not actually gonna read this story because I just hate it with a passion. But it's just the fucking summary. Back when we first found this story, neither Max, I, or who else was in the call with us, Max?
I want to say it was Jake at the time.
Rob and Jake, maybe, yeah.
Look, all I'm saying is I don't think this is.
No, it might have been Basil.
That's possible, yeah.
I don't think it was that bad. Like, don't get me wrong. It was a little funny.
It was bad.
Oh no, it's still pretty funny, but we'd also all been up for like 24 hours straight at that point. And it was
Ah.
like 3 in the morning. No, 2 in the morning.
Also, it's just the seduction class, but it's just like, what?
Yeah, Hinata would totally sign up for those.
Please never. No.
No,
Stop.
No.
My day
Please,
is
no, stop.
ruined.
Please no. Stop. Please delete yourself.
Oh god. My hate is immeasurable. You
My
know what would
disappointment is
alleviate
immeasurable,
that
and my
hatred
day
of
is
yours,
ruined.
Henshin? You know what would
Donating
soothe?
to this wonderful
Exactly.
stream to get you to get us to skip this story.
Donating to us. That will soothe your soul.
Remember,
100% guarantee.
it's a sense. We seek to give you a sense of pride and accomplishment. You'll obtain this by knowing that you bettered at least 6 other people by keeping them from reading this or hearing it. That's where your sense of pride and accomplishment comes from. It's a real, tangible thing.
Please
What
never say
works
these words again.
100% of the time, 0% of the time.
That sounds like extortion to me.
No.
It is
What?
extortion.
No. I would never extort my own audience to make money.
He
But
totally
I
would.
never
Yes,
do
you would.
mean that's the only way you make.
It's literally the only way he makes money.
All I'm saying is that I'm going to read them really shit fanfiction and they can pay me to stop.
See, and the thing that keeps it from being extortion is they can leave anytime.
Oh god, I just realized what tension linked. Oh my god.
What detention
It's
link?
a new fairy tale Dragon Slayer story.
Oh god, why?
Oh boy, this title.
Oh,
It seriously
Jesus
is just
Christ.
every single time I join the stream, isn't it?
Alright, what
They
is
wait
this
for you.
fucking bullshit?
Oh, almost.
Oh, it's
Keyword.
just D times D again.
Yeah.
The way that this was worded, I assumed this was going to be some kind of fate story.
No, thankfully. Naruto, the manly man among men.
What, are we gonna get the
I feel
fucking
like
Pillar
this
Man
title
theme?
is wasted on FTDS and should have been used for a current login crossover.
Honestly, I really think that would be an amazing title for a Gurren Lagann, oh, fucking Christ, I'm blanking on his name.
What series?
Gurren Lagann.
Are you talking specifically Kamina?
Kamina, there we go.
Did-
A Gurren
did-
Lagann Kamina isekai into fairy tale.
Please don't tell me he just forgot what Kamina's name was.
Bro, I blanked out on the race Vorcha when I was playing Mass Effect for a solid 30 minutes.
Oh boy.
Okay, literally how?
Oh, guys, side note. Ricky, we got a fantastic meme to come out of
Oh.
China from TI.
I know.
Buying the compendium won't help you win the game. It will only make OG richer.
That's pretty good.
Oh, big oof.
That's
I want a
pretty good.
He-Man fairy tale crossover. That would be,
I
No.
mean,
It'd be something.
it depends on
It would be
like if
something.
you're talking like the later seasons of He-Man where they got tired of like the not so subtle gay subtext and tried to have a real story, then yes.
I was going to say, did you really just there was way too much. There was so much. Jesus Christ!
I
You
was
have
saying,
entered
and
the
here's
bound
the thing.
zone.
You literally,
I was gonna say,
literally
here's
just
the
going
thing.
back and watching it out of like pure curiosity. I'm just looking through it and I'm like, okay.
The thing that made it annoying was just how poorly done it was and how ham-fisted it was. That's what was annoying.
What? Skeletor is still the best.
I would say Skeletor remained entertaining in spite of everything else, though.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, so this is a lovely story by one of our biggest fans, Fairy Tale Dragon Slayer.
Can we just not rate what is this rated?
This is
Yes.
rated
I think I
Yes.
saw an
M.
M.
Oh, okay. Based on the history of his stories, maybe we should just not, on the off chance that he just throws something in our face in
It's
chapter
possible.
1.
It's possible. However, I
No,
kind of
there
want
is
to
no
see where
however
it's
to
going.
this.
Well
There
done.
is-
Well
there
done.
is no
A
however
Well
to this.
story
However,
of love and loss and love never attained, as a hero who ruled the manliest of heroes suffered a tragic fate.
okay.
Okay, so we all know that Naruto and all of his stories is just a self-insert of him, right?
Yes.
We all recognize
this
that,
is well known.
right? So the
This is
only
known.
thing that comes to my brain when I read this summary is just Fairy Tale Dragon Slayer furiously masturbating.
See, I don't want to, so I just ignore that possibility.
Please
It's
remove
better
these
for my
mind
mental
images.
health.
Please remove these mind images immediately.
Is there anyone who can make his eternal cycle of death and rebirth worth living?
No.
No.
Romance, friendship.
No.
So wait, I thought we were going to read this other story,
What other story?
Seductress. I
Oh,
thought we were
no,
gonna
no,
read that.
no. We're just reading
No.
summary. No.
No.
But people can certainly pay us to not read it. I will totally accept that as well. We'll also start a bidding war. People can pay us to both read it and not read it, and whoever pays more will do that.
So, Max. I just thought of the best possible He-Man crossover. He-Man G Gundam.
Huh.
Swords clash loudly as the
just-
ground
think about it.
itself
It's
shook
just
under
cheesy
each
enough to
ear.
work.
Piercing metal clash sparks flew as two figures raced across the forest, and trees were knocked over as the blade sliced through them like butter. Jesus fucking Christ. How long have you been writing? Fucking dumb bastard.
Too long and somehow not long enough.
Okay, let's see. So your oldest story is published in September 2013. So you've been writing for roughly 5 years. I got an emote thanks to Super Potato's Mega Cheer.
Holy shit.
Well, dicks and shits, my dude.
It's a whole $15.
Yes. Read it. Vote to veto. All right. So Super Potato has voted to veto. Wait. Which Vic are you voting to veto? Are you vetoing the Seductress Vic, or are you vetoing this Vic?
Yes.
How long does it take to type yes or no?
Well, remember, he's
The
got to
seduction
hear through
fic,
the
okay.
delay.
Seduction fic.
Okay.
The
I forgot
seduction
we
fic
have a veto
has
system.
vetoed.
Do we
Never
have a
use
delay
it.
or not? Like,
It
no,
should
because
be a
sometimes when I'm
slight-
streaming there'll be no delay, and then sometimes when I'm streaming there will be a delay.
On my end, there's about a second and a half worth
Yeah,
of delay.
but I think that's just normal lag time.
My keyboard was acting up. Okay. No, Super Potato, it's nothing against you. It's just Twitch constantly changes what I can and can't do. Like, sometimes people will be able to select what format they want to stream the stream on, and then other times
Like, I can
they're
do it
forced
right
into
now.
1080p. Yeah, and then other completely, the same stream, but, different day, people can't do anything but 1080p. It's just like, why?
Pay the Twitch police.
We're trying to give them money, but they won't let us become anything more important than we already are.
Yeah, they keep squelching us. You know?
I think they're squelching you.
Yeah, I don't think I don't think three. It's just you, dude. It's not us three.
It's definitely you.
Yeah, this is probably true.
The rest of us are smart enough to keep our political opinions to ourselves.
Yeah, well,
No.
the two figures clashing non-stop as the sun went down, then the moon rose with it. The forest quickly losing trees as they would cross the side like nothing. Day turned into night, and night turned into day, and day turned into night once more, and then night turned back into day.
Thus, a cycle of the night and day
And
passed.
as you can see, everyone, Fairy Tale Dragon Slayer, despite writing stories for the past 6 years straight and publishing well over 1.5 million words of fan fiction, still does not understand simple concepts such as sentence structure and paragraph structure and pacing and
Literally any sort of
anything.
story beats.
I just realized the Mega Cheer gave everyone an emote. Yeah, boy, I got a fucking PB&J sandwich now. I'm gonna use that emote so often.
Why
Wait, you
did
have
we
a
get
new
a
fucking
PB&J fucking sandwich?
I mean, I did.
Why did you?
Because he Mega Cheered, and that gave everyone in the stream gifts.
Why
Wow.
would you give Sneaky this power?
13 people got gifts.
Why do I have all of these random emotes unlocked?
I'm so glad they made the emote permanent. I cannot cheer my own channel. Boo! Yes, anime marathon. Ruby! Ruby!
What? No.
Oh, yeah.
No. We're not
Oh, yeah,
going
that
to
was-
that again.
That was a thing.
Weiss! Weiss!
Well, see, the thing that was problematic about it was we checked Rooster Teeth's guidelines and then they DMCA'd us,
Yep.
despite
they
us
should-
following the guidelines by adding commentary.
And a banner.
Mm-hmm.
Did we seriously get DS? Do you guys seriously get DSCM?
Oh, yeah.
Yo, yeah. They didn't
Why?
even let the video upload. They took it down before it could finish uploading.
That's messed up.
Yeah. Anyway. Ha! Give up yet? A male figure spoke as he pointed a thick sword, a two-handed broadsword, that he wielded with only a single hand.
Okay. Look, a broadsword is not thick. First of all, the thing that Zabuza had, because I assume this is Zabuza.
No. Don't assume that.
Fine.
I just made myself sad.
Oh, why is that?
We make ourselves
Oh,
all
I
sad.
decided to see what the premiere date for Ruby Volume 7 was because I was curious if it was going to happen before or after my first membership ran out because I'm not re-upping
After?
that. It premieres like 2 weeks before. But I'm going through the comments on this article and someone's like, I'm so glad the rumors it wouldn't come out till 2020 weren't true. I'm just like, but it might have ended up better.
Yeah, but
No, it would have ended up
might-
significantly better.
Wow.
The animation.
It
no.
might have ended up better animation wise. I don't know about story wise, but like animation wise, it could have ended up better if they just did it every 2 years. Because that gives them time to work and think and not go through massive crunch.
Work. Think.
You act like the Ruby team actually thinks.
Silly Max.
Silly old bear.
Thinking. Anyway. So, broadsword. Thick broadsword. Very thick broadsword. Yeah, he wields it only one hand. While his other hand carried a shield that was covered in battle scars. His golden, blonde hair was stained by dirt and blood, and his deep blue eyes was filled with life and energy, and 6 fresh scars on his face that took the shape of whisker marks. He wore a ripped brown cloak over silver dragon-scaled tunics with green slacks and brown boots.
I'm sorry, what now?
He has a tunis.
Why?
That is indeed a tunis.
The figure standing across from him wasn't human looking. Completely.
No, super potatoes. Bastard swords are not. Bastard swords are called that specifically because they are not two-handed and they are not one-handed.
They're a hand
They
and
are
a
what are
half,
called
right?
hand and a half.
Yeah.
So you could sort of two-hand it. It had room for you to get most of a two-handed grip, but not all the way.
Yeah, it wasn't meant to be used in only two hand. It was meant to be like, I can slip into a two-handed attack, but it's not like supposed to be used for only that.
It's complicated.
It's not really complicated. It's not a two-handed sword is the answer.
I mean, a country is a pretty good shield. What
depends on-
was his shield? No, it never said what his shield was. Just that he was holding a shield. Okay.
There's so many different kinds of shields, though. For all I know, he's running around with a tower shield.
No, Max. He clearly has the can buckler. The figure standing across from him wasn't human looking. Completely skeleton in figure, with glowing blue spheres in his skull for eyes. Skeleton.
They didn't stutter.
No, they did not. The remains of his clothing had been destroyed in the battle, with only the black and gold armor existing on one of his shoulders at this point. What's it attached to then?
Nothing.
If that's the a shoulder pauldron is attached to other things. Like if everything else is gone, the pauldron won't stay on.
Excuse me. It could be a World of Warcraft pauldron, which is so big it has its own internal gravity.
That is true. That is true. I'll give you that.
Gee, Paladin San, how do you stay alive so well? Well, I have life gems in all of my sockets. All of them. Even my pauldron ones. That joke makes a lot more sense when you
Excuse
look at
me.
it
My inner efficiency is screaming in hatred.
Yes.
What, you don't put life gems in every single one of your
A
sockets?
chipped and broken sheath existed in one of his hands, flowing
No,
with
because I played a
actual
Vengeance
blood.
Paladin, also known as Fun.
Something it hadn't done ever.
Understandable.
You're a mere mortal with nothing special about you. You, who has no special powers, no special abilities, and you dare intrude into the realm of the dead and challenge me, Hades?
You must die.
Wait,
Well, based on
Wait.
the fact that he's here,
Wait.
fam.
wait. Okay, D times D, so I guess, yeah, Hades exists. Okay.
Wait, another story has Hades.
Yeah, D times D has all the pantheons.
Yes, but it does it have the best Hades?
No, it does not have Disney Hades.
Okay, then understandable.
Also, you, a mere mortal with nothing special about you, aside from,
Everything?
everything that makes Naruto Naruto. His love of ramen, his absurd attacks, his ability to accidentally eat a moon.
Okay, hold on. What was that last one?
Naruto, one of Naruto's, post-Hokage attacks can accidentally yeet the moon,
How does he accidentally yeet a moon?
by missing.
How do you miss a moon?
No,
No.
he yeeted the moon
No.
because he missed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then he
Are
was
you
like, wait,
that
no, guys,
stupid?
it's cool, I can reform this.
Loud oops.
Hold on, fam. Let me remake the moon.
Don't worry,
Blue
guys, I
Moon
got
starts
this.
playing in the background. Blue
Don't lose
Moon.
your way.
Oh, Jesus, that was such a dumb...
Please remove this post.
Oh, God. Alright. Blah, blah, blah. Hades spoke, and broken bones, and blah, blah, black powder, blah, blah. He slashed a wave of power, and dead trees were sliced apart, and the human dared to do something so unbelievable to the point of foolishness. He punched the energy! And he punched it,
Safe.
and he punched the energy so hard, it changed direction, and went up.
Do you not
I
punch
see.
it?
Getting to fuck Hinata is a superpower in of itself. Well, I mean, everyone has their opinions.
It's just that some opinions are wrong.
This is now DBZ. No, this is not DBZ. This is now Negima. Naruto is Jack Racken.
I actually read Negima recently. It's interesting.
It's something, yes.
Like I said, I'll go with interesting.
Yes. Who cares
It
about
exists.
that? I know somewhere in your
Entertaining
kingdom
to a degree.
there is the soul of someone precious to me. I'm getting them back. And so
It
the
exists,
man
that's all we're
gripped
going to
his
talk about.
sword and charged at the god of death. What fueled this human What allowed this human to fight on par with a god for several days when he was incapable of using magic and had no abilities at all?
Okay, now you just make now this is
The
actually
size
just
of his
Negima.
dick.
What? What was that?
The size of his
No,
dick.
not
That's
you.
what let him do
I
it.
don't care. I don't care what you say. What was that no say?
It's literally just turning into fucking Negima now.
Yeah, no. It's just, so this is just this is classic fairy tale Dragon Slayer, where he builds up the main character by having them do awesome and amazing things, but then it's like, oh, wait, this is Naruto, and Naruto's supposed to have X, Y, and Z, but he doesn't have X, Y, and Z in this scene because reasons, so he can look more awesome when he does, thing A.
Whatever
like-
the fuck he does.
Cool story, bro. Don't tell it again, please. For the love of God, stop telling it again.
Please silence.
I was a
Silence.
Naruto Sasuke dude for a long
Silence Naruto.
time. Silence Naruto.
Silence Timbersaw.
That game.
For anyone who doesn't know, actually not no one here knows except for Sneaky.
Yeah, no.
We played
No, Atin should have seen it. He would get it.
I mean, I saw it. I didn't understand the fucking context, but
Oh, his
I
hair
played
was,
a Silencer game versus Timbersaw.
he 3-shot the timber as silencer.
I see.
Yeah.
It was very amusing.
Is that not normal?
Timbersaw is one of the tankiest heroes in the game.
Specifically because he has a passive ability that, by hitting him, he gets free armor.
And
I
health
fucking
regen.
yeeted him into the next dimension.
Did you 3-shot him?
Yeah.
No, you don't. No, I didn't 3-shot him. I yeeted him into the next dimension. Get it right.
Well, see, I saw the. Here's the thing, right?
That
I
sounds like
saw
it should be a 1 or 2
I saw
shot,
the
not a
anime.
3-shot,
I saw the.
sorry.
I thought it was like the Axe Immortal for a second.
Wait. What?
Because the image was super distorted. I thought it was the shitty new Axe Immortal. The headpiece.
Are you high?
I was at work and looking at it on mobile.
It's purple and gold. Literally only one character in the entire game uses purple and gold. Anyway, enough about Atin and his clear inability to see brown eyes in still images. I told you I was going to bring that up.
Did I say a fucking word?
Nope. Anyway, so Naruto, the No Power Man AU, is just totally fighting Hades, the god of death. And blah blah blah, look how amazing Naruto is. He's super psyched up and pumped up. And Naruto, being super clever and massively big-brained intelligent, used the reflection of his sword to reflect the sun in the underworld into Hades' eyes, blinding him, and then he cut his eyes out.
Yes, because a deity, a literal deity,
Uh-huh.
doesn't have 100% blind status resistance.
1v1 me, Hades, bro. You won't.
And so Hades goes, alright, fine, you've beaten me. What soul do you want returned to you? And Naruto's like, I want my dog back.
I see. This is the story of Naruto Wick.
Yes, actually, literally.
John Wick was fun.
Yeah, except now that Fairy Tail Dragon Slayer is blatantly ripping off the entire, storyline.
It's no longer cool to like it.
Yeah. Well, once Fairy Tail Dragon Slayer likes something, it's no longer cool to like it. He had been bested by a human who came all the way to the realm of the dead for a fucking pet. He could have died for this. That fox was my mother's gift. I want him back. There's two things precious to me in this world. My mother and that fox. Very well, human. Know
I
this,
could make a
though.
j-
The afterlife
I-
will never claim you. I, the god of death, will curse you for as long as humans exist. You will be reborn into this world. You will never be able to rest in pieces. Hades spoke as he cursed the human and he activated the curse. Are we literally doing Deadpool right now? Really?
Well, no, it's not Deadpool.
Yeah, but it's still it's just someone cursing
It's
him because of the
Thanos.
god of death.
It's Thanos.
Yeah.
Where's the extremely loud Avengers theme? I don't hear it.
I don't want to yet copy struck.
Understandable. After all, Disney already
Blah
lost Spider-Man, so they're probably on a warpath.
blah 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 blah. The whisker scars on the man's face glowed before they permanently became a part of his reincarnation cycle. As long as the human race exists, you will be forever reborn. And the soul of the fox appeared in midair before the flesh formed around the soul and became a living creature once more. Good, Kurama, you're such a good boy. We're gonna go travel the world, and you're my bestest friend ever. Mortal, what is your name? Who is the person that has bested me, a member of the top 10 in the world? What is the weapon you're using? What is it it's made of? The hero looked at him. My name is Naruto Uzumaki, and I love ramen. I was born on the island of the rising sun and raised on the nation of kings. My weapon is a sword made out of normal iron. Impossible. The human, who has no powers, using a regular sword, had beaten him in combat. He had nothing to his name. He was literally powerless. He had nobody supporting him, and he had no powers or magic. He had literally no special weapons and no magic or powers.
Actually, I'd like to point out an inconsistency
How
here.
many
Naruto-
times is he gonna try to emphasize no magic and no powers?
I'd like
I-
to point out an
I don't know.
inconsistency here. Naruto does have powers. It's the author literally giving him a fucking butt plug.
Also, side note, why can Hades resurrect Kurama for some fuck all reason?
Beats the shit out of me, fam.
Yeah. Because the author wants him to. Did you know that Naruto has no powers? Yeah.
Zero powers apart from
Oh my
everything
god.
about
Oh,
him.
Jesus Christ. And he just. Oh my god. It's literally the John Wick meme. Oh my god. Impossible. A human with no powers. A normal human. He has no powers. What is your secret? What is your sword really made out of? Answer me, Naruto, he shouted in rage. This human clearly cheated to win. Eh? You were standing between me and my pet. Of course I would beat you. I don't have any secret. I just refuse to lose while I have a pet behind you. Goodbye, Hades. And then Naruto took out a small orb and teleported out of the realm of the dead. Hades growled when he recognized the orb. He knew exactly who had allowed him to come into the realm and challenge him. Aphrodite.
Aphrodite, please stop ruining everything.
She can't hear you over convincing Zeus to stick his dick in something else.
Guys, did you hear that Naruto in this AU has no powers?
No, I didn't.
And that
Maybe
he's
you
a
should read the
normal
line again.
human?
No, he has no powers and he's not getting any help whatsoever.
Yep.
Maybe you should read the line
Except
again.
for
I
all the
wasn't
help
really
that he
sure.
got. Years later, Lenlani and Leonia Bell. A small child, petite. Okay, so a fairy tale dragon slayer that indulges his fetish of lollies and sexually suggestive themes. Let's see, blah blah. A well-built elderly man then pats the lolly on the head, and it's Naruto! And Naruto is protecting this small lolly from a group of angels. And there was a small fox riding on his shoulder. And for some reason, she felt like she should know who he is, because he was definitely, clearly very important. But it was obviously a piece of history her parents told her about and she totally didn't listen to. Devil, angel, fallen angel, human, this girl is a child. I don't care about her race. I am colorblind. I will not allow anyone to kill a child while I can stop them. Now, you can continue this and fight me, or you can leave. Naruto
What an
spoke as he
accurate-
rose
well,
his sword.
Here's the thing. This is an actual accurate representation for everyone who says they aren't racist. They're all pedophiles.
Anyone who says they aren't racist are pedophiles. Nose hair 2019.
And fucking... Oh, I'm sorry. I should amend that statement. Resetera is all pedophiles.
All non-racists are pedophiles. Nose hair 2019.
Reminder that nothing on this podcast is meant to be taken seriously.
Oh, it's too late, boy.
It's too late. That soundbite exists.
It's been clipped, I'm sure.
The only way to make that soundbite stop being relevant is to say something worse. As fast as you can.
Besides making up 13% of the population.
I will literally yeet you forever.
Wait, what did he say?
He's trying to do a meme that YouTube and Twitch are cracking down quite hard on.
That's why I stopped.
Nosehair, just send me the meme over text so I can know what not to say.
Okay.
Anyway. Blah, 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 blah. Naruto rose his sword. And Valina saw the sword was big enough to require most supernatural beings to use two hands to hold it. This human was wielding it with a single hand because Naruto, who has no powers, guys remember, no powers, is so strong that he is stronger than supernatural beings. But he's no powers, and he's a normal human.
Hello, yes, I am a normal human. There is nothing to see here.
The
Please
battle
carry on.
scars on the sword. Comma.
Hello there,
The
I am a normal
sword
human.
was so jagged and worn. It was amazing. It was still in one piece. There was a long pause. Okay, so you're trying to, imitate Berserk now?
Hello, it is I, normal human.
Oh, Nexus, you just missed some of the best shit ever. So Naruto has no powers, and he has no powers, and he has no powers. And
He
Naruto
has no
definitely
powers and no
has
help.
no powers. No help at all, no powers, no help, and no powers. And he's fighting Hades with no powers, and you gotta remember that he has no powers. And he's using a normal, no-powered sword with no magical artifacts to help him because he has no powers and no help. But he's definitely fighting Hades as a normal human with no powers for several days straight, and then finally beats Hades.
Okay, I know you're memeing, but can you stop saying no powers, please?
No powers. And
One more time.
he definitely beat Hades using no powers by reflecting the sun from the underworld into Hades' eyes in the underworld. And he did all this, and he beat Hades so his dead pet could be resurrected. Because his name's John Wick, not Naruto Uzumaki.
But the pet's named Kurama.
Hades, this is the God of War crossover? No, this is a Naruto DXD crossover. And now Naruto is head-patting a lolly that has been just sexually described in detail by FTDS.
I was going to say, was it, I tried not to read, was it, was that just our assumption?
Well,
or...
it wasn't being, very descriptive.
It's mostly Sneaky's assumption in this case.
I was going to say.
No, I was starting to read some of it, and I was just like, nope, not going to describe a child like
Dragon
that.
Slayer standards,
sorry.
comparatively light.
Let me amend. So, most of it is safe. Unfortunately, he starts off with a very uncomfortable sentence.
Yes.
That definitely sounds like Fairy Tale Dragon Slayer.
Yes, Fairy Tale Dragon Slayer. Our number one fan, of course. Fairy Tale Dragon Slayer is our number one fan.
You know, we've tried to get him on the podcast.
Yep.
He just... We're not big enough, guys.
Yeah, we're just not big
We're
enough.
also not big enough to criticize him, despite
Yeah.
having stories that are bigger than some of his,
Yeah.
which was his explicit requirement.
Yeah.
How many times
So
has he
sad.
denied you guys?
It was like 5 times.
If he
I actually
can
tried
do it at
once.
least 5 more times, we'll cease to exist.
Mm-hmm. That's how it goes. If you deny our existence 10 times, we just stop existing.
You guys have fun with that.
I'm sure they will.
All
You
right.
see, this is
Well-
clever ploy to get out of student loan.
Exactly.
If do not exist, cannot pay debt.
You see, Ivan. School cannot collect debt from you if you do not exist.
School will
Like-
still try, though. School will definitely still try.
Sir, Naruto, I thank you for your existence. Existence. Assistance.
I mean, that's what Fairy
nice.
Tail Dragon Slayer's really saying, lad.
Name kid, my name is Valalayana Bell, daughter of Bell family. Eep! Valana squeaked as he swung his sword, and she felt it swish by her, and Naruto stabbed the sword into the ground, shifting position so he was now sitting on the grass, with his back against the blade. Naruto roughly grabbed her and
How
pulled her
big
to
is
his...
this fucking sword?
Probably like
It's a great sword, except it's thicker. Like, it's Berserk's sword. It's the Dragon Slayer.
I figured it was.
Yeah, it's the Dragon
something like
Slayer.
that. Hey, did anyone read the new Berserk chapter?
Did you know Naruto has no powers?
Yes.
Alright, so Naruto is
Did you
getting
know being guts
forceful
is
with the
suffering?
lolly, and is forcing the lolly to her knees.
I
Stop. Stop.
Should have gotten here sooner, Naruto spoke as he took a small bag from around his waist and took out some dried up flowers. He chewed them into mush, and Valana was visibly disturbed when he spat them into his hand and started rubbing it into her wounds. Light burns, you devils, so this yarrow will help ease the pain and support healing. Naruto rubbed the flower's wet remains into her wounds some more. She winced, but didn't fight back.
Do we have to?
I'm
use that
sure
exact
Fairy Tail
wording?
Dragon Slayer wished that would happen more often.
what?
Do we have to use these exact wordings?
Well, that's what he's using.
That doesn't make it acceptable.
She stayed, and he finished treating her, and then he went on her way. And why did his name ring a bell? Please leave me nice long reviews and no flame, please.
Well, guys, you heard him. He put up the flame wall. Can't
Yep.
be
No.
upset about this one.
Nope, can't leave any negative comments because he asked you not to. That stops people. Well, I mean, it stops me because he blocked me, so I can't actually leave any comments.
Does he actually block you?
He actually blocked me.
To anyone who was thinking of blocking Sneaky means he's won.
It really does. It does mean I win. It's 8:15. We got time. We got time for some more.
Do we actually?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
Fuck. I was hoping we didn't.
It's
Right. I'm gonna.
8:15,
Okay.
not 8:50.
What?
No, you don't understand. I want this to be over. Because it
Crafting
physically
or
pains me.
project. Okay. I'm just sending you that message, Max, so I don't forget.
No, don't. I don't want to be the clipboard for this.
It is too late, you are.
Go bother someone else with this. God damn it, why can't I delete it?
Alright.
I'm pressing buttons, nothing's happening.
Alright, let's see here. We got some Harry Pooter. Okay, well, we already did Naruto. We already did D times D, despite how little Naruto or D times D was there. So let's not do that. We could do a Worm fic. Harry Potter and Worm. George, some Harry. Oh, Ruby Bloodborne. That sounds
Interesting.
Heretical.
See, It's one of those things where, oh, this could work out great, but we have yet to find a good crossover where someone did it well.
No, I do. There was 2 stories that I followed that did a very nice Ruby Bloodborne cross. They're both dead.
I bet they disappeared when Volume 5 dropped.
Yes. Yes, they have.
Oh, it's amazing how in one fell swoop they killed half the fandom on fanfiction.
And with a
then with another
single
swoop they
button
killed
press.
half of that half.
And with the
Wait, why'd
single
they kill
button
half of it?
press, the fandom was decimated 5 times over.
They Thanos snaps.
Yeah, Rooster Teeth Thanos snapped away the fucking fandom.
You can quote me on that, kids.
Oh boy! All right, so this is I forgot to switch them over to covered fix.
Ooh, ee, ooh, ding,
Covered
dang, wada, wada, bing, bing.
Covered fix. Covered fix. Here we go. Wait, did I not get the first one? No, I did not. Okay, so like that one. Right. Okay. Alright, excellent. 10 out of 10, guys. Alright, let's do this.
Congratulations, you've done it.
Wait, is that picture? Wait, what the fuck? Is that?
What the fuck did you do?
Did that picture change? Yeah, okay, no, maybe I'm drunk.
I mean, that's definitely a possibility. That's
I mean,
definitely
I
a
wouldn't dismiss that
possibility.
Alright, so this is Blood to Hunter Born to Beginnings. So the title obviously is absolutely garbage and exceedingly cringy.
You act like that's not par for the course at this point.
I mean, it is, but the thing is that we do have to point this out, because I do like to occasionally use really bad examples as learning from examples. Don't do this. This is by far one of the worst names for a title I've ever witnessed. And I complain about the light novel titles that are coming out of Japan and Korea these days. I died and then I was reincarnated as a vending machine inside a dungeon, and now I'm being carried around by a girl.
Excuse you, vending machine sand is fucking amazing.
I'm not saying it isn't. I'm just saying.
I died and was reborn. Now I wander the dungeon as a vending machine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the titles are just so excessive and dumb. Like I'm not knocking the story itself, but the titles are just god awful, and this is worse than that. This is worse than that because it's just like, what is this even supposed to tell us? It tells us nothing. Blood to Hunter Born to Beginnings? What?
It tells you you shouldn't read the fic.
Actually, you are correct. It tells us we should not read this. But
I'm pretty sure that's the incorrect usage of that particular version of Born.
Yes. Japanese titles are semi-summaries, yeah, because they can fit entire sentences into like 3 characters.
Oh, apparently, technically, you can use it that way, but that's weird.
With history passing by, legends become fairy tales, and the ones
that is
mentioned
the wrong
become
way.
only figments of imagination. The young ones of the generation of hunters each have their own experiences they encountered, which led them to who they are today. What might those be encounters they experienced be? Only they know, and soon the fairy tales will become part of the nightmares known as life. Well, somebody's a little sad puss.
Please never say the word sad puss ever again.
Sad puss.
Listen, you trying to say words that are cutesy is just wrong.
It physically pains me whenever
Like,
you do
it's wrong on the level that Epstein's existence was wrong.
Excuse you. Hello,
No.
everyone. This is reading this very first chapter of Blood to Hunters Born to Beginnings. I would like to clarify that I thoroughly enjoyed Bloodborne. I don't know about that one, fam. If you thoroughly enjoyed Bloodborne, then what are you doing here writing such a shit story? And Ruby, so I absolutely promise I will not slaughter this. I don't know, I'm seeing lots of prey slaughtered flashing across my screen already. I'm starting this series since there is something missing from Bloodborne Ruby community in my eyes. Well, maybe you just need more eyes.
You clearly require additional insight.
And that would
That
be
was
the...
clever. That was
Thank you.
clever.
Sneaky is occasionally quite clever.
And that would be the NPCs and bosses being covered in depth, or with a nice tie-in to Ruby, including almost all of the weapons, like the Lagarius wheel?
Logarius?
Reminder
wheel?
that Sawblade is best weapon.
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
the pizza cutter.
Logarius. I'm pretty sure he misspelled Logarius.
The ones I have read mostly mention either mostly dexterity weapons or the powder keg weapons, and not any of the fun or stupid weapons. Well, that's because all of these authors are words I can't say on Twitch.
Casuals?
Yes, let's
None
go
of
with
the
that.
fun, stupid weapons. Well, I mean, if you use the pile bunker, you'll have some amount of respect from me.
What about the whirligig saw? Or is that not
Speaking
allowed?
of Dark Souls stuff, so I picked up Remnant from the Ashes, and this is not a paid sponsorship. I wish it was. Oh man, if I got paid sponsorships, I'd be like the best shiller ever.
No, you're not. You're you barely shill our show.
Well,
He
no,
is
because
right.
I'll be shilling inside the show and being paid to shill it. So I'll be the best shiller ever.
That's not how that works, and you know it.
No, that's absolutely how it works.
Continue.
Totally pay me. Anyway, my
Remnant.
point is I should be sponsored. But anyway, so I picked up Remnant from the Ashes, and I mean, so far it's actually fairly fun. I haven't gotten to a boss fight yet, so I can't really speak on that end. But
What's Remnant?
I
the
would say
movement...
yes. Well, we all know the glacial pace at which you deem progression worthy of a Dark Souls game.
Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, this is the same man who actually unironically enjoyed the Surge.
Fuck you.
Surge was fun though.
There's
I'm not saying it
nothing
was
wrong with
fantastic.
this, sir. Like, it's not a great game, but
I don't know
it's
why you
a
guys,
fun
like,
game.
think that game's fun. I tried it, and it's just like I hated every second.
Because we have reasonable taste. We're not saying it's Dark Souls. We are saying
Well,
it's fun.
Yeah, if you're comparing it to Dark Souls, you're already shooting its kneecaps.
Then how will you slide around, Max?
Exactly.
I mean, I just couldn't get a hang of the fucking mechanics, honestly.
I
Oh,
gotta
that's
say,
not
in the
weird.
Surge, the dual
That
wielding
is-
was the most fun.
No, fucking dodging with the fucking right. How the fuck does that dodging
Then
mechanic work?
change your control scheme.
I have to say though, Max, what weapon did you run? Dual wield, hammer, sword?
I think the last time I touched it, keep in mind, I never actually got 3 hours, past
Oh.
3 hours in that game, because something else released. There was something else that released around that time.
I 100% also recommend the Surge. It's going on sale constantly these days. It's like
It's
$7 now.
It's $7.50 this week. It's also free to play until the 29th.
Yeah, I absolutely 100% recommend everyone picks it up if they like even remotely Dark Souls stuff because
For
it's fun.
$7.50, that's not a bad.
Yeah, it's
Not
fun. But
But
anyway, enough shilling.
I was trying to rock the heaviest weapon I could find because you know me, I like big, dumb, slow.
Yeah,
I'll take a hit to recovery if
wielding.
one hits a lot of damage.
I was gonna say now. To be fair, Max playing big, dumb, slow usually pairs exceptionally well with mine and Sneaky's favorite builds. Bitch, Magic Man, and actually not afraid melee person, respectively.
But no, I just screaming. Basically, my playstyle for the Surge is me screaming, "I'm a helicopter," as I spin around with my dual blades sliding.
Yeah,
Is this where we start hearing rules of
I miss
nature?
the old days of Dark Souls 1, where it's like, oh, hey, I like PvP now. Why? Because I found the parrying dagger, and I wear full hobble gear.
Rules of
fucked.
nature.
And then the time you got the ninja flip, and you built yourself so you could ninja flip in the hollow gear, and the person was just like, what?
Oh, that was so stupid. It was beautiful.
I had to hit the hard cap for stamina, and then I could carry. I could either take 2 of the Dragon Bone Fist, or I could do 1 sword and a slightly smaller shield. That was it.
Fucking boxer hovel ninja flipping around. The guy's like, what do I even
How do I respond to this?
do? What am
What
I
does one
supposed
do in
to
this situation?
Oh, Sneaky, remember the angry Steam message you told me about?
Which one?
Your boyfriend makes a pretty good shield.
Oh, the
when it was still
Xbox
games for
Live
Windows
one, yeah.
Live.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Xbox Live.
That definitely sounds like a game
Back
for
when
Windows Live
those Windows
post.
Live still existed.
That definitely
May
sounds
it,
like that kind of
may it
post.
rest in multiple pieces.
No, it was
May it forever be
stop
known as a
hiding
fucking ball.
behind your boyfriend, and I said, but he makes such a good shield though, and he responded back with, that's true.
He's just like, he does make a pretty good shield.
Wasn't he the guy that, like, I peeked out, he hit my shield, and you decided to walk out? Even though
I
I
just
think
ninja rolled off.
No, you didn't ninja roll. You got pushed off by my hitbox. I'm just like, Sneaky, why did you come out? Because at the point we were in the game, I was recovering my stamina faster than he could damage it.
Yeah.
For more sneaky trademarked moments, please refer to Sneaky's stream often. Please watch it. Please watch it so he stops asking you to shield for him.
We were playing Dark Souls 1, Max and I ran a Pyromancer build. This is where you get Valkyrie and Hobble, and the Dark Souls story we write that we'll finish someday. Someone should pay us.
Shit, man, if someone dropped like $10 for us to finish the current chapter,
probably would.
I'd feel obligated at that point to be like, all right, cool, we'll get it
But
out.
we were going through old Elysium, and there's an item on a lower floor that you have to scoot along an edge to get, and some guy invaded us while we were getting that item, and Max there in his full hovel gear and hovel shield just sat on the ledge and was like, lol.
Yeah,
I have boys, bitch.
I just sat at the door. It's like, what are you going to do?
The guy is like banging it effectually on his shield. It was great.
Smack. Nothing. Smack.
Oh.
Nothing.
Oh, Sneaky, my favorite moment. I'll go for the hovel. I'll go for the Pyromancer. Thunk. Whoosh.
I'll go for the Pyromancer. Thunk. I'll go for the hovel. Swoosh.
I'll run down the stairs. Yeah, that's
Swoosh,
right.
thunk.
And swing and a miss.
Well, Max, remember what happened when that one invader came for? I'll go for the guy with the Silver Knight sword. Combos half his health. Uses humanity. I'll go for the guy with the Great Knight sword. Combos 3/4 of his health.
Not even combo. I took a swipe.
Oh, that's right. It was a swipe. The power of a swipe.
I took a swipe because it was a +10 by that point.
Oh yeah, and then when we did the Ruby playthrough of Dark Souls, we were fighting the Great Tree, and I was just Max is up there on the ledge, stuck, not able to
Just
move.
sitting up on the ledge.
There
like,
I am
okay,
at the
out
bottom, everyone else is dead. I'm just screaming hero.
Oh, Dark Souls 3. What? That was a game. It's still a game. It's a good game. People should
I would
play
say
Dark
my personal favorite was the fact that I was able to successfully do a Marth build.
You know, there was only one weapon I missed from Dark Souls 2 that I wish had made it into Dark Souls 3. I think it did, but I don't remember.
What was that?
It was. Wait, was it in Dark Souls 2? It was the martial arts fist, where you just straight up get a Street Fighter moveset.
Oh, that thing was amazing.
I loved it. It was so fun. Now I can play my fighting game in Dark Souls. And you can do nothing.
You can sort of get that with the Demon Great Fest.
I don't remember if it was Dark Souls 2 or Dark Souls 3. I think it was Dark Souls 2 because you had to dual stance. Or yeah, it's power stance.
Anyway. I hope you all love how I do a Bloodborne Ruby fusion.
Yeah, it was the Bone Fist. God, I missed that thing. That thing was fun.
This is gonna suck because I hate fusion
Also,
effects.
Dark Souls 2 DLC was way better than the base game.
Yes, it was.
Yes.
Laughably so.
It's sort of like when an author writes a fan fiction and everyone's like, "Well, this is okay, I guess." And then the author comes out and writes like a shitposty omake-ish fan fiction to their previous fan fiction. Everyone's like, "Wow, this is so much better." Everything is getting fucking weird as hell, but oh my god, this is better. There is a story that is looked upon as a fairy tale by the inhabitants of Remnant. It dates back thousands of years. The flourishing nature of Remnant is said to be tied directly to this story, but others take it to heart. It is a tale, simple one, but a great one. Deep in the forests of Remnant, beside a great and mighty river, stood a small, fragile home of a cold, frail man, a lone wizard. Hidden from the dangers and distractions of the world, the wizard seldom had visitors. But on this day, as he
I gotta
peered
go.
out of his window, his gaze fell upon a young maiden. Calmly, she sat beneath his tree in a state of absolute tranquility. When the wizard demanded an explanation, the maiden simply replied, "My name is Winter. I am on a journey, and I am waiting for my sisters."
Okay, well now we're just telling the story of the Four Maidens.
Yep, blah blah blah. Summer, I'm journeying sisters. Chirp of laughter. As it turned out, it was him. The new arrival found the wizard's insistence on staying indoors very amusing. What was it? Convinced him to come outside. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Take these gifts and with the elements of nature, the four maidens of wind. Blah blah. It is said by those who take this story to heart that the power of maidens is real, while the others push it to the side as a simple fairy tale to children. So this is another thing that's going to be like conspiracy central. This is something I never really got with the whole Ruby and why I don't like the maidens. I don't think I ever touched on this before either. So why I don't like the maidens, Ruby. The maidens both go against the whole aura semblance thing, of course, so that breaks the theme there. And while it's all well and good to have like super weapons added to the story, as you know, end all BL, collect the super weapon, beat the big bad, it's, you know, common themes in a fantasy story. It's fine, whatever. How it's implemented is terrible because first off, all you have to do is not, you know, die. Simple, right?
One would think.
But why is author telling the Z? I don't know, man. So, anyway. The reason why I don't like maidens as well, on top of that, is because it's just so obvious. Like, they live in an information age. I'm assuming at least, unless everything is apparently censored. Which, I don't know, might be. We never got any fucking details on that shit. But they live in an information age, and you're telling me that no one, at any point in time, has ever put together that, wow, 4 different people with the exact same powers constantly pop up throughout the generations as very powerful people. Really? You know, if for the past 1,000 years somebody popped up with the ability to cause ice storms every single generation.
They're a schnee.
I mean, it's funny. But, you know, still, it's just like, okay, maybe there's something going on here, because maybe these people aren't related at all. Maybe the first person that pops up with this exact power is in, say, Europe. And the second person is in Africa, and the third person's in America, and the fourth person's in Brazil. It's like, okay, well, none of these people are related, obviously. Or if they are related, it's so far back, it's basically pointless to try and trace their genealogy. And, why do they have these powers? That's something that's weird. That they all have this exact same power, always manifesting in the exact same way. In a world where everyone's supposed to have their own unique superpower if their aura does indeed get awakened. And, I can't imagine there'd be too many hunters. If they're constantly, fighting an endless army. I can't imagine there'd be too many around to, live by 50. So, there'd be more schools then, right? If you can only afford to have as many hunters for 4 schools to teach kids, well,
Mm-hmm.
the story of Ruby, yeah, it's just so, like, no one's ever put it together. It somehow remained a secret for thousands of years. Especially before the major technology. Back when it was just, basic bitch medieval villagers and shit. And, so this village gets a woman who can create blizzards and firestorms or lightning storms or whatever. And, and when she dies, suddenly another village has that. And, sure, maybe, they don't talk, but maybe they tell stories. Maybe they record this history. All it takes is literally 2 villages recording their history and them making it in some way or fashion, whether the stories are recovered or passed on or moved. And are you saying all of history was erased from Remnant every generation because of how many casualties they're suffering? That nothing could ever be recovered from any of these villages? That the women suddenly all got the same fucking superpower? Really? No, I don't buy it. But anyway. One missing element always forgotten when the maidens are brought up. It's a simple one. But where is the wizard now, and what's he doing with his magic? Well, he's perving on kids. Running a school. Because, really, once you're several thousand years old, what is the, half plus 7 limit? The thinking cap time.
I like this train of thought. I'm gonna take the thinking cap off.
That's probably a solid idea.
Moonlight shone down onto a field of white flowers. It's the Bloodborne workshop, everyone. And there's a doll there, and blah 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 blah, up steps, and small little figures, and blah blah blah, door wide open, blah blah, Bloodborne, meme reference, Bloodborne descriptions, Bloodborne descriptions, Bloodborne descriptions, Bloodborne descriptions, Bloodborne descriptions, Bloodborne descriptions, more Bloodborne descriptions, more Bloodborne descriptions. More Bloodborne descriptions. It's Gurnum. Gurnum's here, and he's looking old and stuff. And he's reading a book, and he's sad. Blah blah. A rustling sound was behind him, and he turned to find someone out of place. A woman cloaked in white with red tints exposed on her long. It's Summer Rose. May I know your
Really?
name, Hunter? My name is Summer Rose, former huntress. Everything built itself up and collapsed in an instant for the old man. Summer, thought the old man. He hadn't heard that name in ages. Really, Gurnum's the wizard. Okay. Let's just say he gets his bone zone on. Let's not. Come now, Summer Rose. I bet you've never had a nightmare. Well, no bother. This will be something for both of us to benefit from. The old man knew she was lost, and saddened that she left people behind. So he could only gain the gift he had once had from the other summer, and that is the ability to go outside into the sun awake, and he would do so with his new apprentice. Gurnham joins the fight once more, and he's going to go collect the gifts that he gave to those 4 women.
Oh, Jesus fucking.
Wow, that was such an amazing, exciting chapter, where the first half of the chapter was just a fucking pointless retelling of a canon story, and the second half of the chapter was just a pointless retelling of Bloodborne. Golly gee, you
And then
really
a ham-fisted
riveted.
attempt to mix the two together.
Yep, you
Poorly.
really riveted me into this story. Wow, I'm so excited for chapter 2. I can see that the fandom has also made their opinions very clear about his story. 14 chapters with only 36 favorites and 44 follows. Yeah, the fandom has made their opinion on this story quite clear. Anyway, and that puts us at 8:42, so we don't have enough time yet. So surprisingly, shockingly, amazingly, we have gone through like 5 different stories tonight, and we're ending early, and everyone can celebrate that, I suppose. All right then. If there's no objections, then we will close out for the night. Because you know what? I have to go do my very own Russian art project. So I'll see you all later, and come back next time, because there's always more, and it always gets worse.